Wish TV, your local news source. This is breaking news.
That breaking news, the criminal indictment of former President Donald Trump. We've been following this for you since the first word of the indictment around 5:30 today. It is the first time ever a U.S. president has faced criminal charges. And Donald Trump has his own fiery response to the grand jury. We begin our team coverage with Gloria Pazmino.
Following a years-long probe, a Manhattan grand jury is set to indict former President Donald Trump for his alleged role in a hush money scheme involving adult film star Stormy Daniels.
Today's indictment is not the end of the chapter, right? It's just rather the beginning.
A spokesperson for Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg says the indictment has been filed under seal, with charges to be announced in the coming days. Trump is expected to appear in court Tuesday for his arraignment, according to multiple sources. Trump responding in a Truth Social post Thursday evening, stating in part, "This is an attack on our country, the likes of which has never been seen before. It is likewise a continuing attack on our once free and fair elections." But a lawyer for Michael Cohen, Trump's former fixer, says prosecutors have a strong case.
I think this is a much stronger case than people recognize. I think everyone who's out there talking about this being a political case or a witch hunt are going to be sorry when they actually read the substance of what these prosecutors have developed in several criminal charges.
The indictment is a historic first. No current or former president has ever been brought up on criminal charges, and is likely to have an impact on the 2024 campaign trail as Trump pursues the White House for a third time. In New York, I'm Gloria Pasmino reporting.
Indiana political figures are reacting to the indictment. News8's government reporter Garrett Bergquist has that story.
As with everything relating to the 45th president, reaction is falling along party lines. Democrats are asking for the legal process to play out, while Republicans call the indictment a political move.
Republican Congressman Jim Banks, who is a close ally of Trump, blasted the indictment on Twitter. He wrote, "If Donald Trump wasn't running for president, they wouldn't be prosecuting him. This isn't just an indictment of President Trump. It's an attempt to intimidate anyone who goes against the left's radical regime."
So you have the FEC who decided not to press charges, the DOJ who decided not to press charges, the previous prosecutor in Mr. Bragg's position decided not to. So the real question I have is what has, Prosecutor Bragg uncovered that the DOJ, the FEC did not?
Democratic Congressman Andre Carson says, "I have always maintained that no one, not even a former president, is above the law. Every American is entitled to due process, and I trust the legal process that resulted in today's indictment."
Well, I think it's a sad day for the United States of America. It's the first time a former president of the United States has ever been indicted. That's not a good thing for our country in any way, shape, or form. I would just hope that supporters of Donald Trump would withhold judgment, would wait till all the facts come out.
Former state Democratic Party Chair Kip Tu says he hopes the indictment chips away at Trump's support. But Republican strategist Whitley Yates says it likely will only make him a martyr. I asked each of them how this affects Trump's chances in 2024.
We need to wait to find out what the reaction is going to be. Certainly some of his people will become more ardent supporters. I hope people with open minds will take a look and say, maybe it's time for the country to move on from Donald Trump, because all he is a drama queen 24/7.
I'm going to be honest. I see this helping him. I think it's going to galvanize people from different walks, because they're probably going to feel like, and you're seeing this sentiment a lot through social media, that they've kind of thrown everything at the wall and hope for it to stick, from Russia collusion to January 6th and now this. And the timing of this does seem very peculiar, since he has announced that he's running for president again.
As a reminder, this indictment is not the only probe the former president faces. Federal investigations are still underway concerning his role in the January 6th attack on the Capitol and efforts to overturn election results in Georgia. I'm Garrett Bergquist for Wish TV, wishtv.com, and like us on Facebook.
Senator Mike Braun is also reacting to the announcement, saying our justice system is being abused as a political weapon to go after former President Trump and affect an election. This indictment is clearly a politically motivated prosecution by a DA who ignores murders and carjackings but will contort the law to attack his political enemy. We also have reaction for you tonight from former Vice President Mike Pence, who served under Trump. Pence spoke at a CNN town hall originally designed to promote his presidential campaign.
Well, I think the unprecedented indictment of a former president of the United States on a campaign finance issue is an outrage. And it appears to millions of Americans to be nothing more than a political prosecution that's driven by a prosecutor who literally ran for office on the pledge to indict the former president.
Remember, earlier this week, a judge ordered Pence to testify about conversations he had with President Trump in the lead up to January 6th. That testimony is part of a different criminal investigation. We expect to get new information throughout the overnight and into tomorrow morning. Keep track of every development by going to our webpage, wishtv.com. You can grab your phone right now and scan the QR code that's on your screen to take you there. You will also want to join us as you wake up tomorrow morning with Daybreak on Wish TV and through the Wish TV app.